What is cover one? Simply put, it's man coverage with a single defender left in the middle of the field, also referred to as the post. Within this coverage, there are several concepts. In this clinic, I will analyze the various types, when the coverage is most commonly used, and the advantages and disadvantages teams encounter when employing it. What are the different types? It starts with a simple math problem. A defense has 11 defenders. The offense can only send 5 receivers out on routes at a time. In cover one, you need at least 6 defenders, 5 for the receivers and 1 for the post. That leaves a defense with 5 to rush the passer versus 5 offensive linemen to block, a 1-for-1. But what if you only rushed 4? Now the defense has an extra man in coverage. And that is where cover one starts to get interesting. When a defense is only rushing 4, the back end can leverage the extra defender as a backstop for certain passing concepts from the offense. There are coverages for each level of the defense. Defensive line equals rat. Linebacker equals lurk. Safety equals robber. Typically, when using a rat, the defense will be sending someone on a blitz. The blitzer will attack the line of scrimmage, and the defensive end opposite will drop with vision, looking for any low crosser. These are called creepers. Defenses can also share rush the running back, which tells defenders on either side that they're either going to insert into the rush if the running back doesn't come their way, or if the running back flares, they're going to peel with him. Lurk is one of the most common ways a defense can play cover one on medium downs, 4 to 6 yards, and have a vision defender for any shallow cross, screen, or quarterback scramble. Robber coverage is used when defenses want to cut off intermediate routes, such as Y cross and other deep over concepts. In a base robber coverage, the safety away from the most receiver side or the nickel will typically drop from depth into the middle of the field, looking for any crosser while reading the quarterback's vision. On occasion, the defense can drop the safety to the passing strength to flood one side of the field if they are not concerned about crossing routes. In most cover one defenses, there is typically a post safety responsible for closing the middle of the field from a deep position. His job is to read the quarterback's intentions and cover any vertical routes. Underneath, depending on the split of the receiver, the man defenders will try to funnel all routes to the middle of the field, where their help is, where the post safety is aligned. Lastly, a defense could run what is known as a one double, which is a great way to take away an opponent's best receiver. So instead of the post safety closing the post or the middle of the field, he now leans on the targeted receiver, providing a cap if he were to go deep. That leaves the post open, but the most dangerous receiver now has a lid on him. When is cover one most often used? Cover one can be used on almost any down. It is what you call a utility coverage. At most levels, cover one is typically used on early downs or on third and medium situations. On early downs, cover one is a great way to cover all receivers and block any access RPO throws. Essentially, you're closing off all the space. On third and medium, defenses use the coverage for sticky protection near the sticks. Using cover one when blitzing is another way defenses can simplify responsibilities and lock down opponents while pressure is directed at the quarterback. In all, cover one is used to tighten up the throwing windows. Advantages and disadvantages. Cover one is great when a defense has excellent coverage defenders. Thus, why it is called cat coverage and considered the best coverage in ball. Even if a defense doesn't have the cats, using robber schemes within the cover one toolbox can help alleviate a lot of issues. Disadvantages occur when the offense just has better players outside. Fade routes are difficult to defend when you have a post safety in the middle of the field. Offenses will use mesh routes to pick defenders off of these routes or turn the play into a track meet with the offense holding the advantage. Finally, when teams get into tight alignments such as clusters, stacks, and bunches, the defense has to be able to sort through those. There are ways for defenses to counter these by using man-match principles that allow defenders to switch responsibilities post-snap. These types of tools must be communicated clearly pre-snap, and offenses oftentimes utilize motion to create even more confusion right before the snap of the ball. In conclusion, Cover One is an umbrella coverage scheme that encompasses a range of tools and applications. For the most part, the defense will use the coverage in three main areas: early downs to inhibit RPOs, third and medium to tighten up the windows, and when blitzing. The post safety is the sole defender capping verticals in the middle of the field, and defenses can tag the coverage behind a four-man rush to counter common routes such as shallow crossers or Y cross. Cover One is a highly effective defensive coverage in football, utilized at every level of the game. Just make sure your team can man up.